mission control. We are descending onto Lunar surface.
Roger that, Venus 1.
We are going slow. We get an extreme.
Mission control, we lost contact. Venus 1 exploded.
This is KSPN, Kerbal Space Public Network. Tonight, a story of ambition and the cost of reaching too far, too fast. Following its acquisition, Zigi Space Incorporated promised a new era.
We promise a new era.
Critics called it reckless.
We cannot effectively address problems as they are.
Fuck you.
An experiment pushed beyond its limits. A company chasing progress. In moments, the new director, Operator Zigi, the architect behind the acquisition, will address the public. We go live now to the headquarters of Zigi Space Incorporated.
Hello, I'm Operator Zigi, and with me are Engineer Zigi, Investor Zigi, and Zigiana, our peer representative. I know it's been a rough couple of months, but we are here to tell you our whole journey and how it's not so bad. It was way worse. Horrible. Shut up. Anyways, let's start from the start. The acquisition. After I bought this place, I didn't know what to do, so I had to hire a few people. The selection process was rigorous. Once everything was ready, we got to work. Our first rocket, a true feat of engineering. BINGUS 1. Engineer Zigi, could you tell us a bit more about it? It went up and down. Incredible! I'm so happy everything turned out smoothly. The parachute didn't open, and the rocket smashed into the ground and killed a cosmonaut. The cleanup alone cost millions. Oh, right, yeah. Rest in peace, and let's continue. We repeated the launch of the same design, and the parachute opened this time during liftoff. The rocket landed intact. Next rocket was BINGUS 2, which was fitted with a liquid fuel engine. It was a success. Quite a boring launch though. By this time our engineering team figured out how to do two-stage rockets. However, they didn't figure out how to land them safely. We fixed this with our next version and it reached space. Yay. Fake! They never broke the firmament! Keep your personal beliefs to yourself, Zigiana. Now we're gonna skip a few rockets because nothing interesting happened. Our engineering team was working overtime to achieve our goals. It wasn't simple, we didn't have the appropriate technology. And the stock just plummeted. Next time, keep it to yourself, engineer. After like 10 BINGUS designs, we decided to retire it and start with BIGUS DICKUS designs, yay! Which had like boosters on all sides or something, I don't know, I'm not an engineer. I've been told it's more safe. It depends on luck. Other than trying to get into orbit, we used BIGUS DICKUS series to get our engineering team some new technology. All this hard work allowed us to escape Kerbin's orbit finally with the BIGUS DICKUS 7. By escape, he means the rocket exited Kerbin's orbit and the rocket is orbiting the sun forever. Still a success if you ask me. The families were devastated. It was a sacrifice made for the betterment of humanity. We gained no scientific or any kind of knowledge from this mission. Oh, y'all must be fun at parties. We decided to launch a copy of BIGUS DICKUS 7 as the design was not at fault, obviously. And we managed to establish a stable orbit around Kerbin. Come on, tell the whole story. They ran out of fuel and are stuck going around Kerbin forever. But this gave us hope to continue. With BIGUS DICKUS 9, we balanced the fuel out a bit, and this time, for real, we managed to establish a stable orbit around Kerbin and return the cosmonaut home. Now, this is all nice and fun, but we ran out of money. Until now, we were funded by a private venture from Investor Zigi, thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom. However, the coffers ran dry. We had to contact our great friends and now partners. Zigiana, play the music.
Device is ready to pair.
Our friends from China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. They required us to do some experiments, such as what happens when you eat poop in flight. Who wrote this? Oh my god, fire this guy. They wanted us to measure pressure and temperature over Kerbin. So we had to construct our first aeroplane. Spaceplane, whatever. So the Tempen series was born. With Tempen 1, our engineering team forgot to install any propulsion. So it just sat there on the tarmac. It took us a few tries to get the propulsion right. Now you know why our stocks are worthless. Then we discovered we had no way of controlling the plane. Safe to say, by tampon 4, we managed to take off, land, and measure the necessary data. We completed the survey for our great friends
Bluetooth
at
device is ready to pair.
China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation. This gave us enough capital to continue with our space endeavors. Our next mission was to land on the moon. For this task, we enlisted the PIS series. I named it. Anyways, PIS 1 managed to take off, but it was a failure. It was too heavy and lacked enough propulsion. However, by this time, we had figured out how not to kill our cosmonauts. PIS 3 managed to escape Kerbin's orbit and reach the moon. However, our engineers forgot to account that the fucking moon was moving. Our bad. But we did improve and we invested into a satellite dish that could account for moon's trajectory. Right. PIS 5 was the first to reach the moon. However, we thought that the moon's gravity would slow down the rocket. It did not in fact slow us down. Safe to say we could only improve from this. Falling rockets stayed about the same, as the design itself was not a problem, but the trajectory was improved on. It took us around 32 launches to get it right, mainly because we messed up multiple times during launch, orbit, landing. Yeah, we messed up a lot. But we were getting better. On launch 33, we managed to finally land. However, the engineering team installed a battery on the EVA patch and the cosmonaut couldn't exit. We also forgot to account for the fact that we needed to return the cosmonaut home. Right. We finally decided to change the design to PIS 6. The launch went smoothly, as did the initial orbit. We reached the moon without a problem, however we messed up a trajectory just a bit and it was set for the dark side.
Can you go around?
If I could, I would.
We couldn't see anything.
Why can't I see anything?
So fucking dark. But we pushed on, very slowly.
Can you hurry up?
And after like half an hour, we instructed the cosmonaut to perform a moonwalk and plant a flag. We named the site Zigi Investment New Office Site. The view is gonna be amazing. And instructed the cosmonaut to inscribe planned date of completion, February 2047. So there you go, our new office. I would like a corner office. Just one more thing before we go. The issue with, lack of fuel for going back home was still there. We like to think he's guarding the new office site. But despite all of this, our mission remains strong. We will not stop working until we conquer the whole galaxy, or get arrested, or go bankrupt. We will not stop!
Hi. I don't know how to do outros, so here's a photo of my dog. Anyways, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe please.